The news, more than 600 hectares of the biodiversity area in Table Mountain National Park were destroyed during the recent fires. Our SABC News reporter Mariska Botha earlier spoke to TMN fire manager who was with government officials earlier this morning as they were assessing the damage caused by the recent fire in Cape Town. The blaze damaged a number of buildings at UCT and also destroyed several others in Rondebosch area.
We just flew with our Minister Baba Creasy, over the area, just so she can see actually where the fire started, and as you mentioned, the damage to the various buildings and infrastructure. The area at this stage is looking very, very good. I mean, you're still going to have stumps and logs that's smouldering and it's going to give off smoke, for a number of days still to come, depending on what the weather is going to be. At this stage, the perimeter of the fire, and that's what we are concerned about, is the perimeter of fire, so that we don't get any flare-ups again. So that's what we are concentrating on. We've reduced our firefighters considerably. The guys has been working now for close to 7 days on and off, long shifts, 24-hour shifts, so they are getting tired as well. At this stage we only have about 15 firefighters still on the scene, and they're concentrating on that area within the City Bowl, the Deer Park area, Vredehoek area, below and above Tafelberg Road.
Talk to us about the difficulties. This was a difficult fire to fight because this time of the year temperatures should be cooling down, things should be calming down. What was it like managing this fire, but also for the men and women in the field to fight it?
Yeah, our fire season usually starts around about, say, middle November, so till the end of April, maybe middle May. So we are actually, right at the end of our fire season. Yeah, and it was very difficult, especially when the fire started on Sunday. It was very high temperatures, the relative humidity was very low. There was a northerly wind, a slight northerly wind that was blowing. And what people must remember, as soon as the fire started spot, we had spot fires in front of the head of the fire, and it was actually running up slope, the fire actually creating its own weather system. And that was the problem with us. And most of the time it was not only a ground fire, it was also a crown fire. So the fire actually ran up the stems of all the stone pines, it went into the crowns of those stone pines, and it just kept on spotting and spotting. So that made conditions very difficult for us. And if you look at it, at how the fire behave, actually it is extreme wildfire behavior that we looked at. The fire then went up Devil's Peak area, high up Devil's Peak, very inaccessible areas. On Monday we couldn't use any helicopters because of the wind. There was a strong southerly wind or southeasterly wind that was blowing. The visibility was poor. So we had to wait on Tuesday morning when we dispatched 3 UEs, and we also got 2 SANDF helicopters to assist us. And from there things went better, with the assistance from the helicopters and the ground crews, because we work in cooperation. We actually flew one of our crews up onto the saddle here, and they start working those lines above Tafelberg Road to try to contain that as well. So at this stage the fire is contained, not completely extinguished, 100% contained, and as I said, there's still going to be some smoke, coming from the area, but we will definitely keep a presence on it until we're completely satisfied that everything is extinguished.
Maybe just lastly, as the Minister said, climate change is playing a big role here. You've been working here for a very long time. Is that something you've noticed, how fires or the behaviors of fires have changed?
Yeah, well, as the Minister mentioned, I mean, there is an increase in the temperature, over the last, I don't know how many years or whatever. There is an increase in the temperature, and we can see that in terms of not only the intensity but also the severity of fires. So yeah, so climate change is going to have an effect on us. I think it's already started, so we will have to see what's going to happen within a number of years.